welcome back to my channel, Go with English Teacher. Today, a great personality is with us. He is Haris Prajapati. He is a regular speaker, social speaker, and respected speaker. Today, we're going to talk about how to become an intellectual. Becoming an intellectual is not a straightforward process, but there are a few general steps are there, and you can take to improve your intellectual abilities and engage with the world in more thoughtful and critical way. The first and foremost step is cultivate a love of learning. So intellectuals are always curious about the world and have a passion for learning. Make a habit of reading widely and exploring new topics and seeking out new experiences that broaden one's perspective. The second quality is develop critical thinking or critical skills. Intellectuals are known for their ability to analyze the complex information, think deeply, and evaluate arguments. To develop these skills, practice questioning, assumption, considering multiple perspectives, and also reasoning logically and engage in meaningful conversation. Intellectuals are always often involved in lively discussions and debates where they challenge assumptions and explore new ideas, seek out people with different backgrounds and viewpoints, and engage in thoughtful and conversation that help you broaden and deepen your understanding of complex issues and pursuing higher education and intellectuals often pursue advanced degrees of specialized training in the fields of interest. Consider pursuing formal education or a specialized training to deepen your knowledge in particular areas. And fifth point is engage with the art and culture. Intellectuals often have the deep appreciation for art and literature or the culture and make a habit of exploring museums and attending concerts or plays and reading works of literature and also challenge your thinking also and stay formed. The intellects always often well formed about current events and global issues. Make a habit of reading reputation news sources and following experts in your fields and interest and also staying up to date the important social and political and economical development. So one thing, becoming an intellectual is a lifelong pursuit and so be patient and stay and curious to learn anything and the way you think towards the world that makes you intellectual because intellectuals are yes born sometimes they create okay now the I'm handing over the topic to our professor. Yeah.
Absolutely right. You gave really best blueprint for this amazing subject. There are a lot of aspects which makes you one of the best and intellectual personality and which would bring prosperity in your life and people would know you as an intellectual personality. Before starting topic, we have to understand why an intellectuality does matter in life. Definitely, you can earn well, you can do well in your life, you can enjoy, you can be happy. But at the life, one of the point of view is you must be an intellectual, at least in a one field. So, intellectuality is what? Intellectuality is you can use of your mind in a proper way. This kind of skill you must learn. So, how you can learn? Number one, reading. Why reading is this much and important to make you an intellectual? Because once you read so many people, this is the only way you can know opinion, incident, life story, life struggle of so many personality. Number two, interact. If you want to be an intellectual, you need to interact with so many people. And how you could interact, there are a lot of aspects. Number one, I'm just telling you, go through, just to talk the way we do talk on online. You can take a help of people whom you know. You could meet to new people. You can meet to stranger. You can get some kind of knowledge from them. Number two, this is a sub of number two. So in which what you can do, you can go for traveling. When you go for traveling, what happens? Your ability to think, your ability to expect other culture, your ability to digest others' value, opinion, their circumstances, their culture, expectancy of this all would be increased, and you will get approach of being open-minded. Number three, as I ended number two on saying open-minded. When you are listening to somebody else, you need not to debate with a person, you need not to discuss with a person, but you have to listen properly. Listening is one of the best skill which makes you an intellectual. When you do listen somebody else, that is one of the meaning is you have patience, and you will get ideas also. Your motive must not be to target somebody else. Your motive must not be to win that particular debate. So that your motive should be have different knowledge and how you can implement that particular knowledge in your life so that you can be known as an intellectual personality. Now, number four, there are common aspects in our life which you have to do study. What are common aspects? Let's say behavior pattern, life pattern, how does people do talk. There's a basic manner which we call basic manner with whom you should talk, what should you talk, why should you talk and why should not you talk, in front of whom you should do debate, in front of whom you should not debate. Sometimes what people do unnecessary debate with the people, those who can't understand them. And this is a kind of the foolish approach which people have. You need not to reply to somebody else who can't understand you. This is a simple thing. So, this is how you would be known as an intellectual also. People say like be talkative. I wouldn't suggest you need not to be talkative in front of anybody else who can't understand you. And while being an intellectual, you have to keep one thing in your mind that you don't be in illusion in which you can't change this entire world. Never. You can't change this world. Even you can't change your family member, you can't change your relative, you can't change your friends. Then how you can change this world? So don't try to change anybody else. So being an intellectual, people do start this kind of approach in which they try to change other. You can't change anybody else. Just put up your opinion, what you have in your mind, and just behave according to that particular aspect. Now, number five, and which would be a last of this wonderful topic, in which I would call that what you have your own. Let's say you do say yourself an intellectual person, but you have read a book, you have observed people, you have traveled entire world. But what kind of the thing which is your identity? Means let's say if I would be going anywhere else, I am a poet, I am an author, I do speak. These all my expertise. Through that I can convince people. So what you have achieved in your life, I am talking beside job, what you have. Let's say Govind sir, as I said on earlier lots of podcasts, he can play lots of musical and instrument. Can you play? He is a YouTuber. Can you be? He is a public speaker. He motivates people. These are his expertise. So whenever Govind sir would go at any place, people can take advice, and why? Because these are expertise of his field. So try to learn any skill which can give you support, which can cooperate you. So people will need of this skill and you can help them. Now, is it really necessary to be an intellectual? I would say it's up to the people. Let's say we want to become an intellectual, so that we are preparing, we are doing so many things for that. If you don't feel, don't do it. So why somebody need to be an intellectual after career? You have to be not only financially satisfied or strong, but mentally also. And which thing can make you mentally satisfied? That is your intellectuality, because these are basic manner. If you go anywhere, you do talk anything, then this would be a mannerless. Talk with respect. This is okay, and be this much strong so that nobody should use of you. Nobody should cheat you. This is also kind of an intellectual. Just try to make yourself strong, be polite, be honest, stay loyal, and expand the area of your knowledge. That's what I would say. Over to you, Govind sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Intellectual people always they want to gain in pain, but they always like problem solving persons. They will take everything in a positive way. They never think about the negativity. And what wherever the people are there now in the around the surround, they make something. They make some harmonious thought. They want to release some harmonious thoughts. That's the thing. Because if you see that our ages, our our great people, our rishis, because when they are in that area, no. So this is my idea, sir. Thank you for your good
Thanks
words,
a lot.
great words. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Bye.